Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, Only One. And we'll turn our attentions to this section of the room. This is the Tatooine section, and different things going on different shelves. But on the bottom here are some new dioramas that I bought about a month ago from Ian Butler, who is IB3D. And I'm going to take a look at them both, but in just this first video we're going to have a look at the Obi Wan Kenobi house. I've got it set up there, not as it probably should be. I did that because of the archway there, I think should back onto something. So it's kind of like an L-shaped diorama, a bit like what Hasbro have done before, like what you see with the Tantive 4 there. Oh yeah, check that guy out. I've never done that before. I've got like a dead stormtrooper, look at him. And then down here, this is the Navarro Cantina, which is changeable. You can change that so it kind of L shapes, and I like to have them just over this way so they kind of back up to the corner of the shelves. So what I'll do is I'll take it off there and we'll have a closer look at all the parts and the figures I have with them there, as you can see. I'll have a closer look and talk about those as well. And then we'll have a look at Anakin's home another time from Phantom Menace, which will be appropriate for the 25th anniversary. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is roughly the orientation that you should have it. I dare say you can do whatever you want with it. As you saw, I had it previously, so there was no L. There was no dogleg L shape. All the pieces were flat, flush against the wall. But for now, I want to give you a close-up of, all the pieces and stuff like that. There's two tables. There's this one as well. I don't remember there being two tables, but obviously there are. This is based on... Oh, by the way, this is all... I believe the original files for these come from Landspeeder Luke, so let's give them a shout out. If I've got that wrong or I've missed out somebody, please do let me know in the comments. But Ian obviously utilizes those 3D printing files and scales it down to 3 3/4 inch. There's loads of pieces involved with this, including this nice little box thing here. That's obviously a prop. I don't recognize that prop though. Obviously, diehards of the film who look at every feature will recognize that. Or maybe is that supposed to be the case? I have something here for you. Maybe that's the trunk. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. I haven't opened them in since I saw you at Echo Base, but it also comes with all these accessories, so let's get them open first. And these, I do believe, are designed to go on the shelves, which is quite nice. All those accessories there. And I will, in fact, if you stay with me to the end of the video, I will give you a little tour of all the stuff I have now acquired from Ian, IB3D. Some good stuff, man. Looks good, as does this. So I assume that, I don't know in which order, I could consult Ian's Facebook pictures, but they go in all these shelves here. That R2-D2 leg, I put that there. Here are the figures I've chosen to go with, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Legacy Collection Ben. I just thought, use the best figures we've got. The only other figure we've got for Ben without a robe is Power of the Jedi, and that's had its day, I believe. I thought I'd just put the lightsaber in his hand like that, and I've removed his robe. His robe was there. I did have the robe folded up and put on there, on that little seating area, but again, there's another opportunity for me to talk about Farm Boy Luke and the need for a proper one, a definitive one I should say. This is one of the best you can get. This is from the Emergence of the Jedi, I believe it's called. Not a million miles away from the figure that they brought out in TVC for Death Star Escape Luke, but that is a really good looking Mark Hamill head sculpt. Over here, the best R2 I believe we have in TVC, which is in 3 3/4 inch. Beautiful R2, that's good. It's appropriate for Tatooine as well. He's a little bit dirty. He's not too grubby as he looked on Dagobah, although I dare say this could work on a Dagobah shelf, but it's Tatooine grind that. That's a good one. And the 3PO I went for, I think it would be better with my favourite 3PO, which is over there, ladies and gentlemen. The Endor Deity 3PO is, I might go and get it, but he's too clean for this diorama. So this is why I've gone with the dull TVC one, and it's a lovely, that's how I like this 3PO. Wasn't shining up, was he, at this period? So that's what I've got going on there. I also, Ian, I hope you don't mind, man, but I brought in my Legacy Collection, this came with the Ben Kenobi you saw there. It comes with this lovely piece, which Ian has done here. He's 3D printed that as well. It's bigger actually. Just compare them. So either Ian hasn't got the scaling right, or Hasbro, or it doesn't really matter. But look at that, the design is very, you know, bob on. But I just figured, because it's got the teapots and the cups or whatever, the little... I was happy with just going with that, Ian. I actually have this in my canteen at the minute. So I got rid of that, I relegated that. But just thought I'd show it to you. But you will get that included if you purchase this from Ian. He also provided me at the event at Echo Base with this by Minimox. It's a lovely Leia, which we'll get that out and have a look at it. Leia hologramic, I never know what to say. Hologram projection layer, at least. Looks nice, that, doesn't it? It's 3D printed as well, man. Wow. Not bad. So I assume I can just put these wherever, but I bet there's diehards out there like Daniel Chart who will know exactly where these items are supposed to go. There's a medal here, I believe. Look at that. Looks just like the one from the Yavin ceremony. Interesting. And I don't know which way these go. Look nice though, don't they? And then this thing, whatever that is. What are these things? And then those, they look familiar. I'm going to cut in a minute and consult Ian's pictures. I think one of them goes on a table, I'm sure it does. Does it? Not sure now. And then of course the hide here, which is really nice. We've just had something similar. Let's have a look. Yeah, Book of Boba Fett, they've got some hides as well on there. That's official Hasbro product, whereas this, very well made in. One side of it is obviously a very thin, I guess that's 3D printed, but it's just very, very bendable, stretchy. With the fabric on the top of it, it's good. And last but not least to discuss is the finish of this, which is excellent. Made to look like concrete there. 3D printed shell. And then he has painted and manufactured this to look like concrete as well. Things go on these shelves here. How deep are these? Let's try and get something on the shelf there. Hang on. Go in like that maybe. So that section breaks away, and then you've got this here. You know, the thing about the scene is that it's you kind of like close-ups of everybody. You don't really take in the surroundings. I guess 3PO was supposed to be sat in this archway. I'm too busy looking at the lightsaber when I was a kid, and like looking at Obi Wan talking and Luke. And then there's always a light in the background. I always remember that as a kid. And this is some kind of like oven thing that's fixed on there, and this is that's fixed on as well, and that's removable. Let's have a look at this. It's nicely finished though, man. Metallic. But then again, so did his forge. His forge looked really good. We'll have a, if we've got time, I'll just whip around the room and I'll show you some of the items I've got from him. And then this is loose as well. That thing fits in there. That's loose. That's just, I don't know if that's just for your own ability to flank the piece and do whatever you want with it. As I say, I did have that on the other side when I had it flush and flat like that. I had it like that on my shelf, just like an open diorama. But I wouldn't want to have this on the other side though, because that wouldn't be accurate, would it? I guess. You can do whatever you want with it. But the inside of it is... There you go, there's that 3D printed finish there, and then the outside, lovely painting, lovely concrete stone finish, very good, brilliant, not more than very good, it's excellent, very, very nice. What I'll do now is, I think I've waffled on enough, I will, oh actually I might just show you the back of it, hang on. There won't be much to see there, but that's been painted as well. So he's done all sides of that, which is detail. Let's have a look at the back of this. Yeah, that's not being painted, but I don't think it needs to be or anything. But and there's the top. That's just nice, man. It sets off a shelf, man, doesn't it? Yeah? Brilliant. I'll get it set up and then we'll finish this. Right, so I've just consulted Ian's Facebook and I've got it pretty much exactly how he has it in his photograph. So that's it. I'll go in close on that actually so you can see this is where all these other accessories go. Those little items there, that goes in the box. It was like that. There was nothing on this shelf here, but you could have, since that's on top of that. Do whatever you want, as I said before. That was a pillow, I guess, that goes there. And that was in here. The medal goes hanging on there, which is pretty cool. And there's the, you see in the movie, I remember there being lights in the background. It's very Star Warsy to see lights flickering in the background. It's great, isn't it? And these are, I assume, kind of stools, I guess. And that goes on there. And I don't know what this was in. Can you let me know in the comments what that was? That was a kind of a weird little gear thing. I just put it on there. But I don't know, maybe it goes somewhere else. And I'll get the camera mounted next. I'll put the figures in there and I'll get this, get that open and on display too. Just a quick note, this is also an item of Ian's. Check this out. A really essential thing if you've got very shallow peg holes on a figure, which we're getting a lot of nowadays. But that Luke in particular needs it because he's got very shallow peg holes. So comes in handy for him. I just love this scene. It's so important. It's like a rite of passage. It's Luke getting his father's lightsaber, you know, passing on the torch, so to speak. Out of respect, Ian, I've got rid of that now. That's the Legacy Collection one. Yours is equally good. Except there's no teapots on there, Ian. That's the only thing I will say as a criticism. Hasbro gave us that. Which you definitely see that in the film. So anyway, whatever. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I like it. I feel now I've finally got it set up, Ian, man. I'm going to have to de-rig it all and put it over there, though. Bruh. But that's all right. But there's Luke. I love this thing of having Ben passing on the... You must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan, whatever. Brilliant. There's 3PO there. Really, ideally, there'd be something behind that. I'm sure it's like that in the film. There's a back to it. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe there's a whole other section. Maybe he lives in a mansion. A massive apartment type thing. But anyway, there's R2. You can have him anywhere, man. It's great to see these key characters in this iconic scene, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to leave it there. Any questions, concerns, or worries, let me know in the comments. Oh, I did promise I would have a look at the shelves and show you some of the other things. Do check out the playlist, which I'm going to leave a link to in the description of all my other reviews of Ian stuff, which includes this Dagobah Hut for Yoda. This is a really good piece. That's the Mandalorian Armorer's Forge. The Tractor Beam Terminal. What else have I got for Ian Butler? Various other things there, including the stands I showed you before, and there's a review for that grandstand thing, which is quite good for displaying figures. Oh yeah, I just remembered. There's this as well, the review for the Home One briefing room. That's a lovely piece as well. Oh God, and that, almost forgot. This is another Ian Butler classic. We have, of course, Land Speeder Luke to thank for all of this stuff as well. So thank you, sir, as well. I've got to mention you too. And that is the Star Destroyer bridge. I have prattled on long enough, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave it there. Keep an eye out, subscribe, because I'll be also reviewing Anakin's home from Phantom Menace. That'll be next. Look forward to doing that. Until next time, this has been Only One Kenobi, Only One, out.